Amber Schaack. And Amber was previously involved in athletics, most recently as college hockey coach. She enjoys all things outdoors, staying active, and planning events to bring her friends together. Amber's project is called Agenda. And Amber, the floor is all yours.
All right, good to go now. Awesome. Thank you, Blaine. As Blaine said, my name is Amber Schaack, and I will be presenting my app that I made, Agenda. So the problem that I saw was it's difficult to plan events, especially when everyone has busy schedules. Everyone may not live in the same place anymore. And event management has been spread across multiple platforms. So whether it's in a group chat, on Facebook, Instagram, whatever it may be, it's kind of hard to keep track of all of the details and know who's going where, who is hosting, and all of that. So the solution I made was my app Agenda, which is a group events app that allows users to create groups and events, and it keeps everything all in one place to take away from the tedious task of scrolling through group messages, trying to figure out who is going where, and everything along those lines. So just a general overview of my application. So immediately when I made this app, I thought that the events would be the bulk of it, which it essentially is, but it has kind of come more down to the groups and the groups that you're in. So a user is allowed to create and join multiple groups based on their hobbies and location. And then within those groups, a user is able to create and manage events within their group memberships. So again, this is just more of a streamlined way to keep making events fun and simple and to organize everything. So upon going to the homepage for my application, you would be taken to either a registration or a login page. And just to start off, we will make my dog an account quick, since she wants to know everything that's happening. And once you create an account, it will bring you to a page to join a couple of groups so that your app is allowed to be auto-populated with some events that are coming up. So we'll say she wants to join the Craft Queens, and she also wants to be a part of our Fargo Friends. So once we get then to our landing page on the home page, we're able to see the events that are coming up and explore any other groups that we maybe didn't join to begin with. So we'll pop into a barbecue here. We can see who else is going, create an RSVP here. And then also a feature that a couple of us have talked about is adding profile pictures. So we're able to come in here and create a profile picture and make sure that everyone knows when she RSVPs, they can see that it's her that's attending these events. So now that she is all made up, we can go in and I can log into my account and see a little bit more of admin side of things if you've created some groups or you've created some events as well. So again, we'll populate here. We can see some other groups. We can look at the upcoming events that I am attending as well. And as I had mentioned, with more of the admin side of things, I can go ahead and hop in and manage my events. So if I need to edit anything, a time, a date, anything along those lines, I'm able to edit them here as well. And then we can also hop into an event again and see who is all attending. And I can remove an RSVP if I decide that I'm no longer able to go. The same lines go with the groups. So again, if there's a group here that I see that I want to, maybe I'm moving, whatever it may be, I can create a new group, add a profile to the picture to that group as well. And then I can also explore my groups, manage my groups. So if we hop in here, Izzy decides she wants to move. She's no longer a part of the Fargo friend group. We can remove her from here and we can go ahead and save on that end. And that is the bulk of what my application does. So if you have any questions or any suggestions on how to make this app a little bit better, anything along those lines, here's my contact information, and thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Amber. All right, first question coming in from Mark. What was your favorite part of the development process and why?
Yeah, so I think probably favorite and most difficult part was just being able to wrap my head around the tables. We worked on them a little bit, but it was definitely much bigger than anything we had done coming up to this project. So the logic of understanding how each table ties together and which tables I needed to join was probably my biggest headache, but also was then the most rewarding aspect of it. So I did have a lot of fun with that.
So, do you think walk us through a little bit about your design? I know you did the mobile first. Any considerations, compromises, surprises? What was that process like for you?
Yeah, so I mostly relied on Material UI and Joy UI. And the biggest surprise on that end was when it came to my form. So creating new events, Material didn't have the best option for a time input. So I also had to implement Bootstrap, which I hadn't been the biggest fan of Bootstrap coming up. I just wasn't able to wrap my mind around it like I was with Material UI. So kind of had to dig a little bit deeper into those aspects as well. And then Material UI does a great job of laying out stacks and getting your cards and all of those things to line up. The documentation on that was great. So it was really fun to be able to dig in a little bit deeper to the design aspect of it.
Great. Final question from Kara Kalbus. What did you learn through the process that you can apply in the future?
Yeah, so I think like a couple people have said, to just keep an open mind and understand that there's a lot of information out there that we haven't touched yet since we've only been doing this for 15 weeks, which seems a little bit crazy. So I think just being able to dig in and understand the base of your problem so then you can start asking the right questions and then relying on Dave and Blaine for questions. And we have that, not being afraid to speak up when you've dug into something for a few hours and kind of have hit a dead end. But I think biggest thing is just being persistent and understanding that we have the tools in front of us to be able to find the answers to most of our questions.
Well, thank you. Nice job.